Playing as a winger is becoming more and more difficult. You're expected to constantly beat defenders 1v1, contribute with goals and assists every single game, and you're being given more and more defensive responsibility. Whilst this might sound like a lot at the moment, playing on the wing is the most enjoyable position on the pitch when it's going well, skipping past defenders, scoring goals and changing games for the team. But how can you do that game in, game out? Well, let's break down how to play as a winger. First up, we have athleticism, and usually you would find this at the end of a video. It's not flashy, it's not something that we like to hear about or train, but it's so important. Think of athleticism like this. You could have a brand new Ferrari, a fresh coat of lovely red paint, 1 million horsepower, the best engine in the world, but if it didn't have any fuel, then it couldn't perform. This is the same for wingers without a strong athletic base. You can have the shooting, the dribbling, the skills, but if you don't have the speed to get past defenders and stay up with the play, or the endurance to keep going for 90 minutes, then ultimately it's useless. We need to be able to show our qualities for the entire 90-minute game, and as we mentioned earlier, wingers are expected to run more and more. And this means two things for us. We need to be able to run longer and we need to be able to run faster. Now, of course, I know that these are not the most exciting things, but the foundation that we have to build the rest of our game from. Luckily, we can kind of kill two birds with one stone here. High intensity interval sprinting is the perfect fit for building our endurance and improving our speed too. Routines like the John Terry cardio routine are perfect for this. They're extremely popular and extremely effective, having tried it myself. Some people might say that this isn't going to be enough to improve our speed because we're going to be very fatigued and so we can't perform at our max speed, and to this I would definitely agree. So if you want to add in your own sprint work, just sprints or maybe some plyometric work, then I would definitely recommend that too. If you're looking for a plyometrics routine that's easy to do as a football player with little equipment, then I'll leave that as the link in the description. Next, we have movement, and this is a massive tool for us wingers. Fortunately, we play in a part of the pitch where we usually have lots and lots of space, so we can drag defenders around us and exploit the space they've just left. How many times have you seen a goal created by a winger making a movement like this? No crazy skills are needed, just the intelligence to drag the defender one way and then exploit the space left. You can also use movement to create space and time for yourself to get the ball down in the 1v1. There's nothing a fullback hates more than a winger that's constantly on the move. But what movements can you actually do to create this kind of space? Well, this is where I could give everybody 7 different movements that you can do in every scenario, and this is what I did myself. But the reality is, as a winger, we only really need to master 2 different movements. And they're both extremely simple. First up, we have faking a run in behind and then coming to feet. And you guessed it, next we have faking a run to feet before spinning in behind. And the crazy thing about doing these movements is that you can literally never lose. When you make a movement like this, you force the defender to make a decision. He either comes with you and leaves the space that you wanted anyway, or he doesn't come with you and you've got the space in that area. So if I fake to make a run in behind and the defender doesn't follow me, then I'm in behind, and if he does follow me, I'm coming to feet and I have more space there. And thirdly, we couldn't make a video about playing as a winger without mentioning the 1v1, probably the most important skill to have as a winger. If you can consistently beat your man in the 1v1, then you can get away with a lot of other weaknesses you might have in your game. Coaches absolutely love players that are comfortable in the 1v1, and there's many reasons for that. First up, it's a rare skill to have. Think about the players in your team right now. How many of them can consistently win 1v1s? There might be a few, but probably not a lot, right? And this is because it's simply difficult to consistently win 1v1s. There's so many different skills you need to combine to be able to win them. You need the speed and size to get past defenders, you need the skills to get defenders off balance, you need the tactical understanding of knowing when to pass and when to dribble, and you also need the confidence to constantly go at your man 1v1. So there's quite a lot to think about there, right? If you'd like more in-depth support with your 1v1s, then I've made an entire full guide on how to win more 1v1s, and I've released the first part totally free, so check that out in the description. Being completely honest, I think it's probably the best work that I've produced yet, so make sure to check it out. And finally, we have end product, goals and assists, and this has always been a really interesting area for me personally. It seems that many coaches let you get away with not having the end product yet if they can see that you've got lots of potential and ability in the 1v1. But it's when you have the 1v1 ability and the end product that you're really going to reach new heights. For me, the struggle that I always have with my end product is getting too excited after beating a man. I would lose all my awareness and cross the ball high and wide or shoot miles off target. But you can definitely get more comfortable in these scenarios and stop the problems that I have. Practice running at a cone, mimicking a defender at high speeds, and make sure not to slow down before the shot or before the cross. We need to get used to performing actions at our top speed. The more comfortable that we can become with performing at our top speeds, then the more comfortable we're going to become at all of the other speeds too. Ultimately, worst case scenario is that we have to shoot or we have to cross at our top speed and we don't have the time to slow down. So this is what we want to practice. I would also just add here that we should practice shots or crosses that are specific to our side as a winger. So if you're a left winger and you're right footed, then make sure you're cutting in and shooting with your right and going on that outside and crossing with your left. Same of course with the right wing. As I mentioned earlier, if you'd like some plyometric sessions or some help with the 1v1, then make sure to check out the link in the description and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.